Hello, Mama Mel here. Do you want to see what my embroidery setup looks like in my home office? I am a mom of three. I do not have a warehouse. I do not have a garage. I have one room in my house that is my space, my studio, where everything gets done and made. I house my own inventory. My machines are in here. It is also a workspace, and I want to show it to you. So come on, let's go. Okay, so I do not have a ton of space in this room. However, I am grateful that I even get a whole room in my office. So I am extremely organized. You will see. I know right where everything is. Everything has a place. Everything gets put back in that place before I close up shop for the day. So starting here, this is technically a closet, but we took the doors off and I put some shelving up inside to store fabrics, small little supplies, files and papers that have to be there to run a business, and then some inventory. So this is inside of a closet, and it's the best that I can do for now. So I use every little space that I possibly can, you will see, but it's also very clean and organized to the best of my ability without having that big old warehouse and storage space. So my big embroidery machine, which is super awesome because it comes with this base, and like I said, I don't have too much wall space. There's like awkward doors and stuff everywhere, so I utilize hanging door storage. I will show you hanging ironing board, and then I utilize magnets, lots and lots of magnets. So if you have magnetic things, use magnets. They're great for storage. I put magnets on everything and store all of my hoops down here under my embroidery machine. They're easy to get to. They're right where I need them. I know right where they are, and it's super helpful to have them out of the way elsewhere. So this is the big embroidery machine. All of my hoops and threads are stored underneath, as well as my adorable little toolbox. To my large embroidery machine is my single needle embroidery machine. I like to have them close because I like to keep the hoops close. I can double hoop and double work being close by my thread. So single needle embroidery machine, multi-needle embroidery machine. All of the hoops are stored on magnets underneath the desk. So convenient, out of the way, hidden, clean and fresh looking. And then I also house so much under my desk because I just, like I said, don't have that much space. So this is pre-made hat inventory, some things that I use for markets. I'm a fan of rolling carts. I also have some towels down here that are pre-made. Anything that I have pre-made I like to keep together so that I can just grab it for those ready to ship orders and get them out in the mail. I have a bunch of quilting supplies under here. Again, more storage space underneath the desk. So quilt batting, my serging machine is under there, which I don't use too often. My insulated cozy batting, and some other quilting rulers and supplies, and a laminator. So that's fun. Under desk storage, behind the door storage, and magnetic storage is like my tips to you if you are working with space like I am. So fun stuff. I sit here a lot because this is where I do my sewing. So when I'm not using my sewing machine, it gets pushed back And this turns into my desk space where I am planning content, planning my week, writing things down, working on the computer, all that fun stuff. So this is a popular area for me and my tush. Under here, I have some more storage. It has some blanks for embroidery hidden in here. It has some sewing supplies, and then I have like my note cards and stickers and stuff down here because I like to write note cards. And then this is my scrap fabric basket. If you have tips on what to do with all those scraps, please drop them in the comments because it's getting full. You can also see that I have a giant pegboard here. This is like one of my favorite additions to this room because I painted it just like a slightly different purple than the wall, so I think it looks really cool, like blended in. But it houses a lot of stuff as well as just decorations. I don't use the ribbons as much anymore, so really I probably could clear those out and use it for something else. But there are my ribbons, my electronics, my microphones, my headphones, pictures, my M's. I have all sorts of things over there on my pegboard that I know right where they are and I can grab them as I need. This is where I store all of my threads and bobbins. I also have a heat press right here that kind of gets pushed back when I am not using it. I love my pegboard. This is the box that I use for those stickers and little freebie giveaways. Right above my sewing machine and desk area. Okay, so this thing is super cool. I love that you can see through. It's magnetic and clear, so I like to keep some blanks in here as well as any orders that have been shipped to me for my keepsakes. So these are things that my customers have sent to me, like their wedding dresses or their baby onesies or things like that that need to get made. So your orders are coming. This is everything that I need to get made. I have some pre-made cozies up here, things that I've taken to markets. And then this is some more blanks that I embroider because I don't have space anywhere else. But for the most part, this is my packing station. So we have our boxes, our mailers, our cellophane, bubble wrap if I need it, all of my packing supplies up here, my cards, tissue paper, labels for my packages, things like that. And then down here we have a whole bunch more embroidery thread for my single needle machine. And that's it for this guy. Typically, the way the workflow goes is I check my orders, I see which ones I have coming up, which ones I need to get done. I come over and I get the package from here, or I cut the fabric. I grab the sweatshirt from under here. I start cutting, ironing, embroidering. I put it on my hoops, and then I take it over to the machines. I embroider, and then I take it back over to my table, clean it up, and get it all packaged from here, and then it goes out to the mail. Up top here we do have my printer as well as my label printer. So these get used daily for everything, but you know that. And then, like I said, behind the door storage, this is all stabilizer, used stabilizer that I reuse because sometimes you have to use a giant piece of stabilizer that's like this big, but you're only embroidering something like this big. I save the rest of it and reuse it. So this is where I get my smaller pieces of recycled stabilizer. I have another favorite pegboard. This one is so cute, and I put it up all by myself. Did not even need my husband or to nail anything into the wall. It's on there by sections. So literally it has these drawers. They're perfect. So I have all of my labels that I put on all of my orders, all of my scissors, some of my most looked at size guides, things like that. You laugh, but I utilize as much space as I possibly can. So there's the behind the door storage, shelving, rolling carts full of sweatshirts that need to get made. This cutting, I call it my cutting table, I got free off of a Facebook group, and I just painted it white to come, it's like a tall dining table, so it was perfect for my office. And it does have storage underneath. Some more blank embroidery towels. My hooping stations. Behind the door storage, there's my house. So literally behind the door storage is like one of my absolute favorites. So there we have it. I am super organized. There's a spot for everything. Fabric, blanks, inventory. And when my husband or mom or anyone comes in and wants to sit and hang out with me, this is their spot right next to the noisy embroidery machine. But I love it. It is so spacious. It's just what I need. If I grow any bigger, I will need that warehouse. But it works wonders for now. So my top 3 organization tips are to utilize behind the door storage if you're able. To utilize under desk storage if you're able. And to utilize magnetic clips if you're able. Those 3 are my top organizing tips. I have the magnetic clips everywhere. I have the under desk storage everywhere. And I have behind the door storage everywhere. So this is my office. I hope you liked the tour. If you have any questions or you want to find my favorite organizing tools, please subscribe. I would love it if you came back. And if you have any questions on how I organize or why I organize or tips, tricks, anything you want to know, please leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you.